This is our bacteria overview figure. In this video, we'll be discussing Streptococcus gallolyticus, which you can see right here. This is also sometimes referred to as Streptococcus bovis. This scene will take place back during the time of Galileo. As you probably know from history, Galileo was the famous Italian scientist who was a very prodigious astronomer. So from the image, you can see that he's using a telescope to examine the stars. Galileo sounds kind of like gallolyticus, so we thought a scene of Galileo would work well to help you memorize this organism. Just like in our other videos, notice that we've included a lot of purple colors to help you remember that this is a gram-positive organism. I've shown this in prior videos, but we'll briefly go through it again. This is a gram stain of Streptococci. Notice that the organism stains purple, which is why it's a gram-positive organism. And also notice that the bacteria are circular or cocci-shaped, and that they form long continuous chains. So this morphology is consistent with Streptococci. Okay, continuing on, notice that we've included some flowers next to this dirty brown river. The brown river is a symbol for the colon, and the flowers next to the river represent flora. In other words, Streptococcus gallolyticus is part of the normal colonic flora. Galileo came to this spot in the first place because he saw this strange green light emanating from a star. A gamma ray is a type of electromagnetic radiation that can naturally occur from terrestrial bodies. So we thought a green ray emanating from a star would be a good symbol for gamma hemolysis. So gamma ray, gamma hemolytic. This is a figure of the three types of hemolysis, which we discussed in more detail in section 7, which is our video on listeria. Again, gamma hemolysis looks like this. Notice that there is no hemolysis surrounding the colony. So remember, Strep gallolyticus is gamma hemolytic. Okay, let's return to the image. Notice that now we've shown the river turning slightly green. This is because as the green gamma rays reach the river, they cause the river to turn green. The green part of the river in the image is a symbol for bile. The fact that there are a bunch of flowers growing right next to the green river should help you remember that Streptococcus gallolyticus grows in bile. Don't get this idea confused with the bile solubility test. These are two totally separate ideas. The bile solubility test is discussed more in the video on the Viridans group Streptococci video and has to do with whether or not an alpha colony on blood agar dissolves in the presence of bile salts. So remember, Strep gallolyticus grows well in bile.